Apparently I didn't fix it. Keep saying error 500 internet connectability or something like that. So I'm wondering if it's this, although it worked before, I don't know. Guess I'll have to look into it more. Seems to do all right on StreamYard, so maybe I'm going to have to do it through StreamYard from now on. At least then I can pop back on. It'll blip, but at least I don't have to restart a whole new stream. Hey Judy, Carol, Popo. Popo, do you have any problems? Have you seen anyone having problems with their laptop booting them off? Error. Oh. I think it has to do with the Chrome that's been installed. There's something, because my sister has the same problem. I've heard a few people having this problem, and they say it's due to the Chrome for some reason. Because my internet on my modem doesn't go off. It's just my computer. The, what is it called? IPN disables. So I don't know. Oh, have you got a bunch of these, Dot? It's a good idea to use them because we've got all these inks in these bottles. So why not use them instead of, paying a fortune for all these different pens and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just says error 500. And it'll do this for a little while, and then for the next 4 months, it'll be fine. It's very strange. So, I don't know. It's making me crazy, though. Mine are years old. I used to do a lot of the calligraphy at one time. Oh, you use them for calligraphy? So they had different points on them? That's interesting. Didn't know they came that way. This one's, gosh, I don't know, probably 15 years old, if that. Somewhere around there. You could put some dots on here too. Why not? Do I want to use a pen or it's very frustrating though when you're years old. It makes me crazy. It's probably gonna I'll probably lose a bunch of subscribers because of it. That's the sad thing. Let's see. You can see what I'm going to be doing here. Maybe I'll make some dots. Let's see. About a bunch of circles in the dark areas. Little round circles. Sometimes that looks cool. Just to give it a bit of interest. You see it? Or is it too bright? In here. Or I could do it in the... Maybe we'll do some here. Kind of doodle. That was the gold one was Liquitex. Fine, iridescent fine gold. Iridescent antique gold. It's kind of fun just to play with your patterns and see what you can, how you can improve, give it more interest. Should have seen my dog Coco this morning. She's a little dachshund. She's a miniature dachshund, and there was there was a foot and a half of snow on the driveway, but she didn't care. She loves to burrow into stuff, eh? So she jumps down, and all you see is this little hump of snow moving around the driveway. It was funny. I had to call her so she could figure out where to get out. She didn't stay long because she loves warmth, eh? So she gets cold really easily. But it was funny. You can put some in here. So just adding a little pattern here and there. Kind of looks cool. Yeah, but she's like maybe 8 inches tall. So it's funny. So we had to wrap her up in a blanket when we got in, warm her up. This is kind of pointillism. I like it though. I think it looks neat. Let's do a few over here. This is almost the same color, but it's okay. Yeah, it's still working. So I guess I'm going to have to do some more research to figure out what that 500 error is so I can fix it. Because it's weird that sometimes it's fine and sometimes it just acts like this. So, I don't know. Your Lucy loves snow too. They're funny. They make me laugh. Try some of this green one. On the blue maybe. Might look kind of cool. So concentration of it on the top, and then you just slowly make the separations farther apart. So until I figure it out, I probably will be going on StreamYard. And the only thing about StreamYard, I do have the, what was it, around just after Christmas or just before, I can't remember. They had a sale where you could get the monthly subscription with them. Instead of $25, it was $9.99, and you got everything but, what was it? I think you had to still have the logo, their logo, on the top right corner, which that doesn't bother me any, but you got unlimited access of hours. And you've got the banners and everything else, so I may as well use it. Somewhere here. Here. The only thing with it though is you only get 720p. You don't get the 1080. If you want the 1080 now, you have to have the, what was it called? The Pro one, which is a lot more, and I'm not going to do that. But 720, or yeah, 720 isn't too bad. But, oh well, and I hear they just sold their company to someone else, so we'll see how long it takes them to start charging. Pretty well can figure on that one. It's like when we were in Ustream, then I think it was IBM bought them, And then within 6 months after that, we had to either pay, well, I think it was like $100 a month if you wanted to stream from there. So everyone left. But it's big business for you. I just hope YouTube doesn't get too big for their britches. Because then we'll have to see if we can find another place to hang out. You guys see this good enough? What I'm doing? That one doesn't really. I'm going to get a darker one. I think I had this one. Don't have to do that here. The mailbox is in the front door. Is your caps on again? I sailed too in the summer. I used to go climbing in the winter when I could. That is, I climbed Mount Snowdon winter many years ago. You have lived the most fantastic, exciting life, Di. You should do some journaling about it. It's amazing. Been all over the world. You have so many different interests. It's awesome. You had a lot of fun. Awesome. Yes, Cass. It's gorgeous. Thanks, Judy. So if I go off again, I'm not coming back on. That'll be it, because I know that it's still the computer. So we'll see how long this stays up. And it's weird because the connection says excellent, and then all of a sudden you'll see this circle of death happening, and then it stops. It's weird. Just gives this a little bit more interest, I find, when you do this thing. Shading, dots, doodles, whatever, to your jelly prints. Let's see, where else? Maybe I'll put some more of that color, or maybe white. White will do. I'll have to write that down to find my nib pin. Hey, Sharon. Let's do a little try some of this. Maybe. Or what else could we do with this? Maybe the circles. Let's see. Just try it. It's just paper, paint. Oh, it's not shook enough. Been idling my time away today. Icing on finishing color pages. Yeah, kind of like that. Playing with, and it's so easy to do, you know, and it does add. You could probably do it with pens if you want, because they're just dots, so. Or you could even get a bunch of paint, gouache. This one isn't, for some reason, is kind of blending out. It's kind of fading. It's not very thick for some reason. Oop, big dots. Oh well. I think I like the, better put the lid on that before I spill it. Let's do some little bit of paint, and I have a toothpick type of thing, maybe. Let's see, or a pin. Oh, I have one of these will do. So if I just put a dab, that'll do. I have white ink too, but I need my what is it called? Nib pen. I know I have one. Where? I'm not sure. If you have high flow acrylics, that would work too. Or one of those, what are they called? The bottles with the fine tips. I can't think of the name of them. And you just fill it with ink. That would work probably. Hey, Judy. You're packing or unpacking? Did you move? I didn't know you were moving. Did you just move to a different area, different state? Yes, we are almost finished unpacking. Oh, wow. So you moved in a very busy time of the year. Well, I guess it wasn't really busy, but that's kind of cool. I like those. Let's put one on here. So it kind of almost looks like it's weighed down with these little beads. I think I like using this better than a pen, actually, for this type of thing. Couldn't draw with this, but for just doing pointillism, it works. Bigger play. Oh, no. Moved to Kansas City. Not too bad so far. Awesome. Closer to family. That's why I moved. I moved closer to my son and grandkids. And then this happened, the you know what. So I don't see them as often as I would like, but at least I'll be able to see them, because if I was still where I was, I probably would never see them. And I like small town. I used to live here when the kids were real small for about 15 years. I loved it here. And then I moved to the city and lived there for, let's see, I don't know, 18 years, 20 years, something like that. And then moved back. Oh, you're in with your son? That's nice. Where else should I put this? Maybe here. Can you see it? Yep. Looking to make sure. Yep, we're still on. And I think I might use these for my this month's membership. We'll be using some collage in it, paint, maybe, let's see, one over here. I think I'll put it in here. I'm just trying to space them out. Oh, almost. Let's see. This would be great underneath background. Yeah. Yes, Kathy. Brian has not been well, so Chris wanted us close. Aw, that's so nice, Sharon. Such nice kids. You're lucky. Lucky that you have someone that cares enough for you to do that. Yeah, I put it over top of that one, so it kind of looks like it's sitting on top of it now. Maybe I'll do it over here too. Let's see. We'll bring her up. Oh, Coco's barking. She's probably hearing the neighbor. Good heavens, they shouldn't be outside and making noise. Ooh, big space for a garden. Nice. Here. That looks kind of cool. Yeah. All right, so that was the one we did yesterday. And what can we do with this one? Well, let's continue with the dotting. Why not? No, don't be sorry. I asked. It's just a art and chat here today. Nothing special for me. Let's see, we can... I don't know. Let's see. Well, I'm going to do this. Or should I do a darker color? Thinking. No, I'm not going to do that. What am I going to do? Should I color those darker, maybe. Bright green. So maybe an olive shade. Don't have an olive. That'll work. Let's wipe that up. I'm just gonna put out some of this craft paint. Do the same thing, but it's a little darker than the green that's on here. Well, let's see what we can do. I don't know if it'll look right or not. Let's see. I know this is probably boring you guys to sleep. Get out some of your jelly prints and join in on the dotting. You could do lines if you want. You could do circles, hearts, whatever. Just adds a little bit of something. I always put the same color family with this type of thing. Like I wouldn't go too far off. I guess you could though, because there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. It's whatever you like. Am I still on? Yep. I just thought I would test it now that I know that it's still, I don't know, maybe I have to hardwire my laptop to the router. So I'm just using Wi-Fi. So, but it's weird that it only does it every once in a while. It's not all the time. That's the thing that's weird. You're relaxed? Are you doing it? Any of it? Or are you just watching? So I'm just, it's almost shading the bottom parts of this pointillism. Kind of looks cool. Gives it a little bit more depth. Put some in here. What else could we do with this? It's kind of cool. Sides. So I'm just trying to keep the shape of the green part, not the circles. This one. This one. So do any of you have a mission to learn something this year? Maybe some drawing or using a different medium, maybe doing more of something. What's your mission for this year? Let's see. I think that's, oh, we'll just do one down. Well, that's already got some. All right. They could almost be little flowers. Could be. I could put green. Let's see. Nope, too late. Let's get a pencil crayon. You almost remind me of Queen Anne's lace, or even possibly pods from water lilies. You know, the great big ones stand above the water. You never know. Why not make it look like that? I think that would be cool. That one there goes down there. Then just color underneath, give it a little bit of shadow. I'll have to talk later. my sister. There's another one. Paint's a little bit wet, so gotta watch what I do. There. So it's kind of like Queen Anne's lace, or those pods from the water lilies. All YouTube inspired, of course. And I've been coating my poly clay with it for a gorgeous shine. What have you been doing? Just the UVA resin and a UVA nail light. You've been playing with resin. Cool. There. So you just kind of look at stuff and see if you see anything in there. That's what I saw. So I can still use this as whatever background, or use it for clothing or whatever you want. I like putting my jelly prints into my paintings too. Let me see if I can find one for you. I think it was in here. Go a little bit. Oh. There. This here. This is a jelly print. This is her dress. So I cut it out into the shape of her dress before I did the hair. And then you just add a little bit of shading gray, it's called, to make the shadow of it. And then you paint the hair over top. This was really fun to do. It wasn't that hard. I used actually some collage papers in the background. This is actually trees in the background, and then I just added paint on top of it. So you can see the fence down there. So you're painting over top of a background and then adding paint on top of it. I like to do that. That's a lot of fun. And that's a jelly print here, the hat and the scarf. There's different collage pieces back in here, and then I just put some paint on it. That's a sketch I did, and I cut it out and then glued it on. There's wrapping paper that I added for his clothes. And then that was that, oh, what's it called? It's a film you can get. It comes in different color reflections. I can't think of the name of it. You can also get it in kind of a hair form. Oh, geez, I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, and then this is bits and pieces of a doily that I glued on. This here, this part of the window, is actually a piece of tissue that I did a jelly print on. This was the dendritic, and I took the dendritic off of the jelly print plate with tissue paper, and then I used it so it kind of looks like frost on the window. No, it's not. Or maybe it is. It might be that, Joycey. Angela? Could be that. Comes in different colors. That's different pieces of napkin. I think that was a stencil I did, and then I put napkin over top of it. So the brick first, then the napkin, then some splats. This is a napkin of the bus, and then I put another piece of tissue over top, and then cut out my drawing and pasted it on. What, the Angela or whatever it's called? This? See, it's got that shimmer to gold and kind of a rainbow effect on it. And I just used a Sharpie marker to make the wings. This was, just a minute, I think I know where it is. Called fantasy film. Fantasy film. It comes in different stamp, press, cut, sew, and wash it, it says. Preheat iron to medium-high. Place 3 layers of fantasy film on top of a dragonfly rubber stamp inked with permanent ink. Always place parchment paper on top of film to protect iron. Iron for 3 seconds, cut out shape, separate, and bend up wings. Add glitter, rhinestones, pin back on magnet, heat bond many layers together to make your own confetti or die cut shapes. Glitter on film. Glitter on film is not washable. So you can actually sew on this stuff. Well, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. It does? Sounds the same? Can you sew on or heat it? Bond it? Sounds like you use an iron to bond it together for some reason. I just glued mine. See this one? See? Oh, it's got a purple and it goes blue and it's very, very thin. It's almost kind of a gold shade. It's neat. Very cool. You can get it in different shades. Some that are just purple, some that are gold, silver. There's different ones. I think you can get it in different widths too. So that's what I used on here. I think this one was more on the gold side and green, but you get 10 feet of it. So now I'm going to look that up and see what else you can do with it. That's interesting. Wonder if there's a YouTube about that. So Barbara Tombly's art glitter fantasy film. This is called Aurora. Art Institute glitter. www.artglitter.com. So that's kind of cool. I'll have to investigate if we can sew on it because I want to get into sewing and stuff too. So that was, oh, this was a book, coloring book page, and I added my silk leaves and a bunch of different stuff. That's what, I think that was all acrylic paint. I don't think I have anything else on that. And that was a stencil I made into drapes. That's reverse negative painting. That's a page out of a coloring book, and then I added tissue paper to make it look like a veil and some lace on her neck. It's just a, of course you got to do one upside down or your book wouldn't be right. That was my first collage I did, Dee style. So these people, the clock, and half of the umbrella was the collage, and then I made it look like I put the rocks and the water in and the waterfall and painted the rest of the umbrella. That was fun. I don't think I'll put that shiny gloss on it next time. I don't like the shine. It's harder to show. So kind of like a jungle scene. There's cutout birds from scrapbook paper. So I just used different colors or different patterns of black and white paper and made some birds. That one everybody liked. It's she was a model from one of those magazines, and I just overpainted her so it didn't look like her. This is all napkins, different napkins put together. And I think Lindy's sprays in the background. Napkins and paint overs for these. So when you paint them over, they don't look like the same person because you change their hairstyle and maybe they were smiling. You can tell that's a paint over on that one. You can see her nose I didn't touch. That was my one of my classes I did. And that was using acrylic paint like watercolor. That was fun. Hey, Lena, I was just testing out my darn computer again. It did it again, so I got to figure out what the error means. It could be that I have to hardwire it down here. I hope not, because I'd have to get a very long cord. I was just playing, doing some doodles actually on the papers I did yesterday. I'll use them on other stuff. So I was just showing them how I incorporate them into my artwork. This is pen pastel and colored pencil. Acrylic paint. That was life book lesson I did. Life book lesson. Life book lesson. That was fun. We did characters. Soul food lesson. Life book. Soul food. This one was really interesting. So we had to use different markers, and we weren't allowed to draw this out ahead of time. We had to use, starting out with the lightest colored marker, which I think was the green, and then redraw it with a darker, I think we did what, 1, 2, 3. I think we did 3 or 4 colors. And your last dark would be your accents. It was a really interesting drawing practice. So no erasers. It was like scary. That was fun. That's the hat was weaved, paper weaved. And this is pieces of paper, painting of birds, and then I've also got some molding paste on there, sprays in the background. And that's just a bunch of sprays and stencils, and then I did a little fairy girl. That was fun. So you can use all these in your stuff. don't put them in a drawer because you might use them. You have to kind of remember they're there, and if you put them away, you don't know if they're there. Same with this here. This one, these are just beginning when I started doing sprays and playing with sprays. Stencils, I was playing with stencils, see what you could do with them. These are fun because it's, again, this time I'm using scrapbook paper in different lengths, and then I incorporated the window and the bird into it, but still had that paper running through it. So that was kind of fun. And this is actually one, well, not this here, but this is one piece of paper, scrapbook paper. And then I drew in the eyes. That lizard was already in there. And this was from a magazine, I think. And then I just overpainted it. That was fun. It's kind of spooky. Drawing, and again, paper, jelly prints, and acrylic paint. This is paper, but I incorporated it into the drawing, and then there's stenciling too. That's just stencil. Now this is, these flowers are actually from a napkin. I did a stenciled background, then drew the face, but just the shadowed areas in the skin tones here, the darker skin tones, but you can still see the background through the lighter blue. And then drew the bird. This was scrapbook paper. Drew her on with just the blue and the white, and then I had a stamp that was similar to the snowflakes, and then I put them over top of my drawing so it looked like it was incorporated into the paper. That was fun. I like doing that type of thing. I think scrapbook paper, stencils. Then I just drew the bird and the branch. Some stamping. That was stencils and acrylic paint. A little bit of pen work. This is cute. This is scrapbook paper, and the birds are the only thing that I put on there. And then these are little stickers. So I'm using up my scrapbook papers, and this is from a magazine that I put over top of her face. I drew Coco, and then this is I think it was a napkin. This was done with acrylic paint and a bit of pen work. This is just acrylic. I saw a picture And I really liked the shadow of the figure, so I thought I would paint it in acrylic. This is magazines of flowers. I painted her. And then some napkin flowers, and I just overpainted it so it gets incorporated. Thanks, Lena. Thanks, Judy. That was cute. A little chippy. Scrapbook paper. Stencils. This was a napkin put over top of a stenciled background. I just left it. Pen work and could be watercolor. That was a old painting I saw, so I wanted to try it. Changed the background a little bit. That's all acrylic. This was neat. This was dollar store not collage. I think it was a butterfly calendar, and they were 99 cents, so I bought 6 of them. And then I took the same page out of each calendar, stapled them together, and then got one of those round cutters for material and cut all the triangles exactly the same size. And then you can play with them so they look like kaleidoscopes. I want to do this again. This was really fun. So it's my kaleidoscope page. That was the Neo 2s. That was when I started doing some of the shading gray drawings. That was a page out of a coloring book. Same with this. And I just incorporated it into my work. My drawing and then backgrounds. More drawing, backgrounds. That was a drawing. And then I just used that. It's like I've got a headache. It's like somebody was coming out of the wall and grabbing your head. It's like napkins, drawing, coloring book. Well, this was fun. This was a class I took from Peony and Parakeet. That's what her name is. She's got some very interesting ways of doing art. And these are all cut out. You do all these doodles and then you cut them out and then you glue them onto your page. That was a really neat class. That was part of her class. That. More drawings. Backgrounds. That was from a coloring book. Stencils, and then you color it so it looks like it's coming out. Yeah, it was fun. Many, many ways of using your stuff. So, I gotta find out what's going on upstairs. The puppies are barking and carrying on. So, I'll let you guys go. And it stayed on for a little longer now, 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I guess I'll let you guys go, and you guys have a fantastic weekend. Try to get creative and create something that you love. And hopefully I'll figure out why my computer keeps going off. So far it's okay now. I don't get it. All right, so we'll let you guys go and have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.